Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. Starting off another week, the week before Thanksgiving, mind you, here on Your News Today. It is the 18th day of November. Glad to have you with us, being a part of the program tonight. A lot of news to get caught up on. Before we start talking about tonight's news and reports, let's look ahead just a bit. I do have a camera right now, if you're catching the early show, at the Sagersville City Council meeting for the month. And we also have the Magafa County Board of Education, Magafa County Fiscal Court to both meet in their regular session tomorrow as normally scheduled. We'll have cameras there, reports to follow throughout the week as well. And just a bit of an update. I'll have much more, but Paul Burchell from the Magafa County Funeral Home stopped in today, and while I was in a meeting, left me some information in regards to Private First Class Ray Fairchild, his body returning home from, of course, North Korea, where it has been for 69 years. He will be brought home this Thursday. Arrival time set for the Lexington Bluegrass Airport at 8:29 this Thursday. There is, as you can imagine, a great deal of planning that is going along with his return home after his remains were officially identified just weeks ago. So we'll have an update on that later on in the week, let you know what all we're going to be covering, what all is going to be taking place, and then, of course, services are to be held in his honor later on here in Sagersville thereafter. But his flight to Lexington is set to touchdown this Thursday evening at around 8:30. More on that very, very soon. Turning to tonight's headlines, weather-wise, kind of a similar pattern to some degree, in some parts at least, this week as to last. We've got some pretty mild temperatures at some points, not so much otherwise, and some shower activity here. One little tiny mention of snow, but that's really about it. We'll get to your Licking Valley RACC outlook just updated in just a few moments. I left you on Friday only knowing a few details about a school bus and passenger car related accident that took place in West Liberty just shortly before airtime. We were able to confirm at that point that it did appear as though a passenger in that vehicle had died. We understand that, or one of the two occupants, I should say, in that vehicle had died, and that there were, we believed at the time, no injuries on the school bus. The state police have confirmed to us since Friday evening that they are still investigating what was a deadly crash involving a school bus in Morgan County. It happened right around 4:30 on Friday evening, very near the junction of 460 and 172, just as you would come into Sagersville. There were two occupants in the vehicle. That vehicle is believed to have pulled into the path of the school bus. 31-year-old Vanessa Wright died from injuries that she sustained in that collision. She was pronounced dead by the Morgan County Coroner's Office. She was a passenger in the vehicle. The driver was identified as her husband. He was taken by helicopter to the UK Medical Center. No update on his condition or the injuries that he sustained. There was also, we believe, the driver of the school bus, possibly two small children on the bus at the time of the collision. No one on the bus reportedly suffered any injuries, from what we understand. Vanessa Gail Sanders Wright was 31 from West Liberty. Services have been set in her honor. She is survived by her husband, who was driving, James Daniel Wright of West Liberty. She also survived by her father and mother, three sisters, and a host of family. Funeral services are this Wednesday, 1 o'clock, at the Harold and Stewart and Halsey Chapel in West Liberty. And also in eastern Kentucky, in Jackson County, police investigating a Friday night crash in the McKee community. Two people died. One of those identified as a 13-year-old boy. It happened on Highway 290. A teenager identified as 19-year-old Mackenzie Isaacs from the McKee area was traveling when he crossed into the oncoming traffic, striking another vehicle, an SUV driven by a 35-year-old Dustin Tillery of McKee. Tillery was pronounced dead at the scene, as was the 13-year-old. We believe his son, Justin Tillery. Just a little flu update for you. It is starting to show up, and based on, I was actually working and doing a sign project for a local clinic, an after-hours clinic, over the course of the weekend, and based on the number of patients they were seeing, and those coming in and also those leaving with the protective face masks. I'm assuming that we're seeing some flu cases here as well. On an official note, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that Kentucky is one of about 24 states already seeing some flu activity, I'm going to use the loose term, brisk activity, but right now we've seen almost 400 confirmed cases here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky since, of course, the flu season began, or a little bit before that. But the good news is that the flu vaccine that I hope everyone has taken is proving to be very effective this year for so far the strain of the flu that doctors and caregivers are seeing the most. Our local headlines for this Monday are next. Stay warm and save huge right now on kerosene and gas heaters in stock at Parkway Gun and Pawn, and don't wait till they're gone, on a selection of nearly new snowblowers. And just for Black Friday, flat screen TVs starting as low as $40, and brand new 9mm and .380 pistols starting as low as $199 at Parkway Gun and Pawn in Salyersville. At Salyersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Salyersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Salyersville National.
So what are you watching for Thanksgiving? Welcome to my blog. Be sure to leave a comment. Black Friday sales are going to be huge this year. And
adults and their phones.
It's going to be a low-carb deal.
All right. Hand them over.
Appalachian Wireless always wants you to get the most out of your phones, but we also encourage you to set them down and enjoy time with your loved ones. Happy Thanksgiving from your friends at Appalachian Wireless.
You're going to absolutely fall in love with all the new arrivals at the seasonal shop, from all the autumn colors and styles in ladies' designs, shoes and accessories, Charlie Page, Mud Pie, you know the name brands, to jewelry, Simply Southern, Natural Life, caps, cups, and more, to rooms of home decor. And all you'll need to decorate for the fall and Halloween seasons, plus everything from coffees to candles, but hurry, because everything Christmas is already arriving daily and will be out soon, and fall will be gone before you know it. At Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville. We have finally done it. After years and years of extensive testing, we not only invented the chicken sandwich, we have perfected the chicken sandwich. Come and try it and love it with a big, famous dipped breast strip, pickles and mayonnaise, or however you like it fixed. And if you like, make it a double. Just make your way to Lee's to get it, and grab a cookie while you're there. At your Salyersville Lee's famous recipe, where even our ice is famous. Just a correction brought to my attention. I may have, in covering that auto accident in West Liberty, I may have referred to it as taking place in Salyersville on one occasion. If I did, my apologies. But indeed, that did take place at the intersection of 460 and 172, just as you come into West Liberty on Friday evening. With that said, a Salyersville woman did not go quietly or peacefully. In fact, on Friday afternoon, she had to be tased on 2 different occasions and still did not go peacefully after authorities tried to execute an outstanding warrant on her while at or near the Justice Center in Magoffin County. The incident happened Friday afternoon around 1:30. Now, that is when, while during court in the Magoffin County Justice Center, court security was serving a warrant on this individual, Teresa Salyer, 43, of Salyersville, and she took off running from the court security officer, trying to make it to her vehicle. And as she was trying to get away, Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Holbrook pulled into the courthouse and saw the altercation between Teresa Salyer and court security personnel as she was still trying to make her escape. Officer Holbrook went to the aid of the court security officer or officers as Salyer was trying to put her keys in her car and take off. They pulled her from the vehicle and then put her onto the ground, and she refused to put her hands behind her back, after which she was dry stunned with a stun gun or taser on one occasion in the back, and once in the chest to try to get her to comply, and she still continued to resist police, who say that it looks like she had put some pills in her mouth and ate them during the altercation, and that she started to develop a white pasty residue all over her lips and in the corners of her mouth. After finally getting Salyer under control, she showed signs of being under the influence prior to taking the handful of pills that she did, and was charged with fleeing or evading police in the second degree, disorderly conduct in the second degree, resisting arrest, menacing, and public intoxication of drugs. She's still lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Jail. In other courthouse news, there is a trial set to begin 1 week from today here in the Magoffin County Justice Center. The trial of Colonel Lewis Bolin. Bolin, as you will recall, was the man who shot several people in the or around the J&J General Store some years ago, was paroled after being sentenced to 20 years, and then saw that parole revoked after he threatened the life of his then public defender. The charges that he faces for those threats and those incidents surrounding the time that he made those threats to a now Morgan County County Attorney, that trial is set to begin this Monday in the Magoffin County Justice Center. The story actually goes back to February of 2011. That's when Colonel Lewis Bolin, went to the J&J General Store on Route 7 and reportedly severely injured 3 people and shot at or in the direction of at least 3 others. He actually shot one woman 6 times at a residence near Route 7 in the Gunlock area, then followed her as she fled with a child to the J&J General Store, and there he shot 2 men and then fired numerous rounds at other individuals at or near the business. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison and was released on parole after serving 7 of those 20 years. Then in March of 2018, the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department got a complaint stating that Bolin was at a residence on Goat Mountain where the woman called saying she wanted him removed and didn't want him there, and that she was fearful of him, saying that he was sitting in her living room, saying that he had cash and wanted to buy a handgun. And she also noted that she had 2 long guns in a gun cabinet in her home at the time. When the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department arrived, they took Bolin into custody, and while being transported to jail, he made threats in front of the deputy to kill Miles Holbrook. Holbrook, now the Morgan County Attorney, was actually the public defender in Bolin's 2011 case pertaining to the J&J store shooting, in which he pleaded guilty to 6 counts of attempted murder and was sentenced to those 20 years. He is now to stand trial here in Magoffin County starting next week on counts of burglary in the second degree, 2 counts of being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, 2 counts of criminal trespassing in the first degree, and 2 counts of terroristic threatening. From there, your community calendar, as provided nightly by Magoffin Farm Bureau. This one just in. Don't have it typed in and on the screen, but I want you to know, so do the folks at the First Community Baptist Church on Route 40, that revival is coming up December the 1st. So I've got a little time to get this on the calendar. But December the 1st at 6, December the 2nd through the 8th at 7 p.m. nightly. Todd Masters, evangelist, will be there each night, and they hope you will be too. I'll put that on the calendar, now noting that I have plenty of time to get it over there and remind you in the days to come. Here are some other important announcements for this evening's community calendar that will be followed by several funeral service announcements. When I first saw this announcement, I thought it was for their Thanksgiving schedule change, but we'll be talking about that next week. This is for this week, this Wednesday. Employees are going to be attending an employee dinner on Wednesday, so they're closing the office and the transfer station at noon. That means they'll be collecting their garbage, your garbage, extra early on Wednesday. So in order to make sure everyone gets their garbage collected, they suggest you put it out late the night before or very, very early on Wednesday, but probably the night before would be better. They apologize for the inconvenience, of course, but that is for Wednesday of this week. I've got several announcements coming in from the Water into Wine Food Pantry over at the Lakefront Church of God. It's going to be a busy week. They are distributing commodities from the pantry this Wednesday. There will be no turkeys or hams to give out. They are going to start at 9 o'clock this Wednesday. Make sure you've got your pantry card with you. And they apologize, but they are not able to take any new clients at this time. They're also having a volunteer luncheon this Wednesday starting at noon for any volunteers who would like to attend. And if you can, bring a covered dish that would go good with chicken. That is Wednesday at noon. Senior Commodity Day is this Thursday starting at 12:30, and food pantry boxes will not be available on that day. Food pantry boxes and commodity boxes are totally different, and their clients that are over 60 years old have filled out applications and been approved to pick one up on Thursday. If you are on that waiting list, you have to wait until 2 o'clock to see if there will be any extra boxes to pick up. If you come before 2, you might have to wait around until then. Also, from the Lakefront Church of God, this is great. They are offering a CPR class this Friday at 6. If you want to take this class, you need to call the church and let them know no later than Thursday morning to register, 349-6301. The class is free, I said, but if you want a certification card, it does cost $25. And if you are not registered, you'll not be able to attend the training. So call 349-6301. And you know how it works. If you have an announcement that you need on the show, this is how you get them on your news today. Turning to this Monday's obituary listings, we have services which have been set in honor of 48-year-old Teresa Lynn Holbrook of Sagersville. She passed away on Friday, the daughter of the late Maston Holbrook and June Rao Holbrook, who survives. She's also survived by 6 brothers: Jason Holbrook, Manuel Holbrook, David Holbrook, Harold Holbrook, Scotty and Danny Holbrook, and 2 sisters, Lethea Holbrook, Lisa and Lisa Yates. Services for Teresa Holbrook are going to be held this Thursday at 1 o'clock from the Bethlehem to Calvary Apostolic Church. Burial will follow in the Montgomery Cemetery at Oakley. Visitation will be Tuesday after 5, all day Wednesday, and prior to Thursday's services. Family also asked that in lieu of flowers, please make contributions to the Teresa Holbrook Memorial Fund. They can be made at the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 78-year-old Herschel Howard of Sagersville, husband of Alina Howard, passed away on Friday. The son of the late Woodford and May Howard, he's survived by his wife and 2 sons, Curtis G. Howard and Kelly William Howard, and daughter Patrice Ann Howard Meyer, and brothers Dud Larry Howard, Buddy Daniel Howard, and sisters Betty Ray Howard, Ella Louise Howard Love, and Bernice Patty Howard. Memorial services are pending at this time and to be announced. And also services are to be announced in honor of 75-year-old Beverly Greer of Sagersville, who passed away on Friday in West Virginia. Arrangements being made at this time under the care and direction of the Sagersville Funeral Home. Also, some funeral services that I don't have on screen. I've just been told of the passing of 82-year-old Stella M. Tackett of Mine Fork here in Sagersville, Magoffin County, who passed away on today's date. The Magoffin County Funeral Home says that arrangements are pending and to be announced at a later time. And also, 46-year-old Merritt Salyer of Sagersville passed away over the course of the weekend. His arrangements, too, under the care of the Magoffin County Funeral Home and to be announced. I'll be right back. A quick update on some sports and your Licking Valley RECC outlook for the rest of the week and your weekend, which is so far away. It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
A reminder, Maroon and White Night at the Montgomery County High School, the premiere, of course, of the boys and girls teams, and big fundraiser this Friday night. Going back to last Friday night, the Paintsville Tigers hosted Raceland in their latest round of the Class 1A Commonwealth Gridiron Bowl. Another round in, another round win, 32-18. That takes them now to a now standing field of 8 for Class 1A football. The Tigers will be home again this Friday night hosting Williamsburg. Pikeville still in the round of 8 in Class 1A as well. They too making it on to this Friday night and hoping to get into, of course, the last of 4 teams for next Friday. Johnson Central and the Golden Eagles still undefeated, rolling over Harlan County at home 50-6 Friday night. So they too advancing to 8 teams, and they will be hosting Wayne County at home this Friday night, 7:30, kickoff in Class 4A football. And here's taking a look outside for the rest of the evening and for the rest of your week. And there's some high spots as well, some bright spots, literally, in your forecast. And we're going to see a return to the 60s this week, a brief one. Some similarities between this week's forecast and last as far as temperatures and conditions. Tonight, 36 degrees, mostly cloudy. We've seen mostly cloudy skies pretty much all day. Only a few light sprinkles or showers, possibly. You could call them over the course of the afternoon. We're seeing a westerly wind around 5 miles per hour or so, becoming calm. And tomorrow for your Tuesday, we'll hit about 47. Mostly cloudy still, and another 20% chance of some rain between noon and maybe 7 or 8 tomorrow evening. Pretty much looks to be the window, and it's not a great chance, but 20%. And clouds, 47-34 for your high and low on Tuesday. We'll warm up Wednesday and Thursday. Look at that, mid-50s midweek, mostly sunny on your Wednesday. We'll stay just below the freezing mark for nighttime lows Wednesday night, and then we'll climb up to the 60s on your Thursday. But with that, it's not going to be a day to enjoy, because with the warm air, we're going to see showers and not just a slight chance either. A pretty good shot. A 30% chance of some rain after 3. Rain likely on into your Thursday night, mainly after 9 o'clock, and that rain looks to continue over the rest of your Thursday and into your Friday, and probably the first half of your Friday. But 65, albeit cloudy, rainy degrees on your Thursday will be followed by about 54 on your Friday, and once again, about a 70% chance of some lingering rain up to about 11 in the morning on your Friday, or noon possibly. 54 and above freezing, and above the 30s for that matter on Friday night, right around 40 degrees. And for your weekend, we're already working for the weekend. Still cloudy and still shower chances for the first half, mostly cloudy and a 50% chance of some rain Saturday. We'll see 53 and 34 for your high and low respectively. Sunday, the sun makes a return, a bit cooler, 49, but mostly sunny, and a 20% chance of some lingering early showers that I think should be gone, and then hopefully some more sunshine on next Monday, a week from today. That's a wrap for this Monday. A whole lot of news to work on, as you heard me say at the start of the program. I hope to see you back here tomorrow night as we begin that and more. Good night, and thank you for watching.